Hello everyone, my name is Asisipho Mbingeleli and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, guys, we'll be answering section A questions from our human response to the environment by humans topic. So we'll be answering 5 multiple choice questions and 12 terminology questions and 4 column 1 column 2 questions. So this is basically just to check your understanding, and the questions are from previous question papers. Now with question 1, we are looking at multiple choice questions. We know that obviously you get given different options or various options as possible answers, and you need to choose the correct one. So the first question, a list of some compounds of the nervous system is provided below: brain, cranial nerves, spinal nerves, and the spinal cord. Which one of the following combination applies to the central nervous system? So the correct one will be B, because B is telling us that the central nervous system obviously consists of the brain and the spinal cord. So our correct answer is B. The part of the brain that regulates body temperature, the part of the brain that regulates body temperature is C, that is the hypothalamus. Okay. Then 1.3, which one of the following shows the correct sequence of an impulse from a receptor in a simple reflex arc? So the correct sequence, that's what we are looking for, of what exactly of an impulse that is from a receptor in a simple reflex arc. The correct answer will be, let's look. That will be A. Okay, remember guys that you also need to be answering these questions on your side. So house rules, you have your paper and your pen and you're answering on your side. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please kindly do subscribe, guys. It is free. It's more like following someone on Instagram or TikTok. You just hit that subscribe button. That's it. You do not have to pay anything, guys. Also, please like the video, share the link of this video with your friends and your schoolmates, and also please do not skip the ads. Okay, so A, we are having the sensory neuron. The impulse will travel through the sensory neuron through the dorsal root, then motor neuron through the ventral root to obviously go to the effector. So it can't be this one. These two are just obviously incorrect. Then let's see here. The only difference, it says sensory neuron through the dorsal root. It's fine, but then it speaks about the effector first, then the motor neuron. We know that it will be the motor neuron, then the effector. Okay. 1. Which part of the neuron transmits impulses towards the cell body? Towards the cell body, that's obviously the dendrites. So A. Last multiple choice question. The diagram below shows the reflex arc. Which part represents the effector? That is very simple. Effector, that will be 1. So meaning option B. Let's look at the biological terms, guys. I don't want to waste time. The part of the nervous system made up of cranial and the spinal nerves, that is the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system. The part of the brain that receives impulses from the maculae. The part of the brain that will be the cerebellum. Cerebellum. The structure that connects the left and right hemispheres of the brain, that is the corpus callosum. Not the corpus luteum. Remember corpus luteum, we're talking about human reproduction. That's the Graafian follicle that has ruptured, or rather the empty Graafian follicle, empty Graafian follicle. 2.4, the part of the brain that controls body temperature, we've just spoken about it. That is the hypothalamus. The part of the brain that regulates breathing, that is the medulla oblongata or medulla oblongata. The branch of the autonomic nervous system that restores an increased heart rate back to normal. So that is parasympathetic. A part of the nervous system that consists of sympathetic and parasympathetic section. That is the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system. 2.9, a functional gap. A functional gap between two consecutive neurons. That's a synapse. And collective name for the membranes. Meninges. Yeah, it's correct. Meninges. All right, neurons that carry impulses from the receptors. So that's the sensory neuron. Last one, disease characterized by the degeneration of brain cells and memory loss. Same here. Indicate whether each of the descriptions in column 1 applies to A only, B only, both A and B, or none of the items in column 2. Remember guys, when we answer, we write A only, or B only, or both A and B, or none. Specifically for both A and B, please do not write A, comma B. What is that? Let's follow the instructions, guys. This is incorrect. Okay. So the functional connection between two consecutive neurons, we've already spoken about it. That's the synapse. So that is B only. And don't just write B. Write B only, please. It won't take you a second to write the word only. Please, please, please. The part of a neuron that speeds up the transmission of an impulse. That is the myelin sheath. So A only. A component of the peripheral nervous system. Which one is it? Is it A only, B only, both A and B, or none? So it is both A and B. Check how I've written it, guys, please. A disorder of the nervous system characterized by the degeneration of cells. That is B only.